the retail inflations, this is relevant in our UPSC perspective. Okay, so here we are going to see that how retail inflation or the significance of retail inflations in our economy or how it is affecting our daily livings. Okay, so the retail inflation have been cooled from 6.83 in August to 5% in September. Okay, so here it shows that India's retail inflation have been eased to 5.02% in September from 6.83% in August and going below RBI's 6% tolerance limit after 2 months, which is aided by lower food inflations as well as the LPG price cuts. Okay, so it shows the inflation eased to 6.56% from 9.94% in August in 2023. So this is the graph showing September 2020 and July 2022 and the September 2023. Here we can see, okay, that is the 5.02% now in September. Okay, so uh, some data is also here. The first one is about the rural inflation. Here it is 5.3%. It is 5.3% in September and 7% in August, as well as the price level having faced by the urban consumers, which is moderated to 4.65% in September, as well as 6.6% in August. Okay, so this is the data we have been collected from the newspaper. So this is relevant in prelims perspective as well as in from mains, that is GS paper 3, where it includes the planning and the growth and development and last the monetary policies. So before going to the significance of means the decline of significance of the retail inflations, we have to know what is retail inflation. So here the retail inflation is, it is also known as the consumer price index. Okay, so the consumer price index inflation, it is called. Okay, so it is the rate at which the price of foods as well as the services that consumers buy for the personal use, it have been increasing over time. Okay, so this is the retail inflations, and here the services that are typically purchased by the households mainly includes the food, clothing, housing, transportation as well as the medical care. And there are mainly four types of CPIs, that is a consumer price index are there. The first one is the CPI for industrial workers, and the second one is about the CPI for rural labor, and the CPI for agricultural labors, as well as the CPI for urban non-manual employees are there. So these are the four types of CPI. Okay, so the significance of decline of the retail inflation. So first one is like the positive development for the economy. How? That is the decrease in retail inflations. It is a positive development for the economy. Okay, and also it provides some relief to the consumers who have been dealing with the rising prices for the essential goods and services. Also, the decline in the retail inflation, it could give the RBI more flexibility in its monetary policy decisions going forward. So these are the important aspects of the significance or the importance of the retail inflations. So what will happen if the trend is still continuing? Means there is no decline in the retail inflation. Then what will happen? Then there is a remedy or the measure. That is, the RBI will adjust the interest rates accordingly. Okay. So there is some needs are there in order to maintain our economy. Okay, that is need for monitoring inflations in the economy. So here the first one is about the price stability. So what will happen if there in case of the price stability? That is in need for monitoring inflation in the economy. The first one is the price stability. Actually, what will happen is that inflation erodes the value of money. Okay, so if there is a erosion in the value of money, this will make it harder for people to plan their finances. So what will happen? It can lead to the economic instability. Okay, so this is the first part. And the second thing is the consumer and business confidence. Okay, here when the inflation is low and stable, what will happen? It will provide the consumers as well as the business with confidence in the economy. So it will eventually encourage them to spend and invest more. And the third one is like interest rate. Here, the inflation affects the interest rates and which in turn affects the borrowing and lending decisions and the investment decisions and as well as the overall economic growth. So, by monitoring inflation, the policy makers can adjust the interest rates to ensure that the economy is growing sustainably. And the fourth one is about the international competitiveness. Here, the high inflation rates can make a country's exports more expensive. Okay, so it can reduce its international competitiveness. So the Global Hunger Index. So this is relevant in UPSC perspective in both prelims as well as the mains. In prelims, they will ask the question directly from the Global Hunger Index, and from mains, it's like from the health and education from this GS paper 2. So in news, it seems that India ranks 111 out of 125 in Global Hunger Index 2023. Actually, it's a devastating rate, okay? That's not good for a country in order to when addressing about the children as well as the mothers or the poverty. Okay, so here India has been ranked 111th out of 125 countries in the Global Hunger Index 2023. So it's a stark decline from its 107th position in 2022. So it seems that in the previous year we have the position like 107, but right now in 2023 we have India is ranked with to 111. Okay, so the index highlights a concerning statistics. Okay, that is India reports the world's highest child wasting rate at 9 staggering, that is 18.7%. So we have to compare with our rank with our neighboring countries. So first one is Pakistan. It's about 102nd position, and it's about the Bangladesh. It's like 81st position, and for Nepal it's 69th position, and Sri Lanka it's 16th position. So when comparing with our neighboring countries, we are standing to 11th, means the 111th. Okay, so what is the Global Hunger Index? So it's a publication which is jointly published by Concern Worldwide and Wealth Hunger Life. Okay, that is the Wealth Hunger Health, and the scale means it is likely of 100-point scale, and where 0 is the best, that is if someone have the 0 point or the 0th position, that is called as a non-hunger, and in 100 is the worst score. Okay, so why we are doing Global Hunger Index, or why we are measuring from that? So it has some purposes. So first one is in order to track hunger not only in the country level but also in the regional as well as the global level. So it also aims to trigger the actions in order to reduce the hunger worldwide. Okay, so there are certain key indicators are there for each country. So based on these four categories, or based on these four indicators, the Global Hunger Index are measured. So first one is like the undernourishment, then the child stunting, child wasting, child mortality. So here, other than this undernourishment, the remaining three categories, okay, or the remaining three indicators, that is the child stunting and the child wasting and the child mortality, they are just moreoverly focusing on under 5. Okay, so here the child stunting means it's a chronic undernutrition. It is the difference between the child wasting and child stunting. The stunting is like under 5 children with low height of their age. Okay, that is it's a proportion or the relationship between the age, height height and their age. And the child wasting is just opposite to the child stunting. That is the acute undernutrition. So acute means it is happening in a short duration, and child stunting it is happening in a long duration. So here in child wasting, here the undernutrition is looking or manifesting in the under 5 with the low weight of their height. So in child wasting, it has the relationship between the weight as well as with the height. Okay, and the next one is like the child mortality. We already know the mortality as well as the morbidity. Okay, morbidity means disease, and also the child mortality is there. So in child mortality, it is the inadequate nutrition and unhealthy environment is showing in the under 5. Okay, and about the undernourishment, it is just showing a share of the population. Okay, that is the inadequate food availability. So this is about the key indicators for each country. So moving to the next part, that is hunger in India. So we have to just look at the data. So it's showing a serious hunger level. That is, our score is in 111. Okay, so the score 28.7 is the global hunger index 2023, and we are in the category of serious category. And in the case of child wasting, its rate is 18.7%, that is acute undernutrition, and for the undernourishment rate it is about 16.6%, and about child mortality under 5 it's about 3.1%, and anemia among the women, it's like women aged 15 to 24 are facing more anemia rather than the other category. So that is the 58.1%, and the child wasting is about 18.7%, that is the acute undernutrition. So there have been such arguments against the report from our side, that is from India side. So first one is about the disputed ranking. As we already know that they are just focusing on the major categories here, the child wasting, undernourishment, child mortality, as well as here we can look at the child wasting and child mortality and child stunting, everything is just focusing on under 5 category. So a specific category of the population is considering in order to address the growth of our Indian population. So that a kind of sample size issue, like only small sample size of 3000 is used for the proportion of undernourished populations, and also it is used as the indicator for gross publication in India. Okay, so that's also an issue, as well as the methodological issues are there. It have been addressed by WCD. WCD means the Women and Child Development Ministry. They said that there have been some methodological issues and we can't accept this result or this position of India's position. Okay, so here the 3 out of 4 indicators used for calculations pertain to child health. We already know that child wasting, child stunting, and the child mortality, which does not represent the entire populations. Okay, so as well as the child waste, the discrepancy is there. That is a significant disparity between the child wasting rate as per the portion tracker consistently below 7.2. Means there is a difference between two rates are there. Okay, 18.7% is reported by the Global Hunger Index in 2023, but our portion tracker have been showing 7.2%. So there is a huge difference between 7.2% to 18.7%. So they are just showing us the child wasting discrepancy. So from India's points of view, we can't accept this rate like the 111 position in the global hunger index. Okay, and the next one is about undue link with the child mortality. It means it also challenges the notion that child mortality is solely an outcome of hunger, as well as the disputed ranking, like Indian government has rejected the Global Hunger Index report. They are just citing the methodological concerns, as well as suggesting a malicious Indian behavior the reporting considering elections. So they are just neglecting all these reports because they are just our government is just telling that this is because only to the prior to the election they are just trying to what demotivating our government, as well as in order to fail our present government. Okay, so that's type of some political concerns. We have to just focus on these points. Okay, methodological issues as well as the sample size issues and the child wasting discrepancy and undue link with the child mortality. So these are our important points. Indian Army installs first ever mobile tower at Siachen Glacier. So this is relevant in our prelims as well as mains. In prelims, geographical features, that is from GS paper 1, like Siachen Glacier, Geological Survey of India, Operation Meghtooth, Karachi Ceasefire Agreement, Simla Agreement, all these things are important in the prelims perspective. In mains, GS paper 2, it comes to the international treaties and agreement and effect of policies of countries on India's interest. Why IR is related with Siachen Glacier? Because it have a strategic location, okay? Because it is located in eastern Karakoram range of Himalayas. That is, it is a disputed territory of Jammu and Kashmir between India and Pakistan. So that is the reason. And it originates at the base of the Indian Coal West, a coal low point on the Indira Ridge. Okay, so it has been surrounded by the world's highest peak, that is Saltoro Kangri and Sia Kangri and Nubra River, and also the Nubra River which originates from it. Okay, so the Saltoro Kangri and Sia Kangri are the world's highest peaks which is surrounded by the Siachen Glacier and also the Nubra River which originates from the Siachen Glacier. So it has some strategic importance. Okay, that is the area is around Siachen glaciers are subject to long-standing territorial dispute between India and Pakistan. So Siachen Glacier is also called as the White Desert because of the harsh climate and the treacherous terrain. And also because of all these, the military troops, everyone is facing lots of issues with the uh, in the Siachen Glacier because of their harsh climate. So it has some ecological importance other than the strategic importance and all those things. First one is the melting water feeds several rivers, including the Indus River also. Okay. So the next one is it is a fragile ecosystem. Okay, and we already know that military presence are there in the Siachen Glacier, and because of this military presence, it is affecting more badly in that ecosystem, like associated waste and pollutions from these military troops. And it is a habitat of snow leopards, ibex, brown bears, and as well as lots of migratory birds. And other indication is like it regulating the local and regional climates. And also it's a reservoir of fresh water. That is, we already know that melting waters are there. So it's more common for the reservoirs of the fresh water. So in news, Siachen Glacier is currently related to the installation of first ever mobile tower at the Siachen Glacier. Okay, so it's in based on the India's interest. Okay, so here it have been installed by the Indian Army in collaboration with the BSNL, that is the Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited. So moving to the previous year questions. Okay, so first one is about the Siachen Glacier. Siachen Glacier is situated to the, this is 2020 previous year question. Okay, so first one is like east of Aksaichen, east of Leh, north of Gilgit and north of Nubra Valley. We all already discussed about this point, and please comment the answer. Okay, and so here this is the Siachen Glacier. Here we can track that. This is Siachen Glacier. So we seen that Siachen Glacier is situated to the, look, here is Aksaichen. So we know that that's not the correct answer. And also the east of Leh, north of Gilgit, and also the north of Nubra Valley. And we already know that not in the north of Gilgit. So already we have just from this map we can exclude two answers. Okay, and also the east of Land, north of Nubra Valley is available there. We already know the answer. Okay, and the next question is about the inflations. We have deal about we done about retail inflation. So here it's about the whole price index. So consider the following statements. It is 2020 question. Okay, the weightage of food in consumer price index is higher than that in the wholesale price index. We need the correct answer here. Okay, so first one is the weightage of food in consumer price index, that is CPI, is higher than that of the whole price index. So this one is right. Am I right? Okay, so we can exclude two options which don't have one. And WPI does not capture changes in the prices of services, which CPI does. We already know that CPI monitor goods plus services. Okay, so if I suppose that I don't know this answer, then just we can move to the third one. Reserve Bank of India has now adopted WPI as its key measure of inflation and to decide on changing the key policy rates. We know that RBI is focusing on CPI. Okay, so this one is wrong. Then we can exclude the third option. Then the remaining 1 and 2 is the correct answer. Actually, this is a PYQ of 2020. Okay, that's why I know the last year there was no elimination method was there, but still we can look, we can't completely avoid the patterns of UPSC because we can't predict UPSC. Okay, so we need the thorough knowledge about the article or the points. Okay, so this we can deal with this also. WAP does not capture the changes in the price of services. It's the wholesale price index. Okay, this is morally focusing on the goods. So the third one is about the global hunger index report. That is, which of the following is the indicator or the indicators which is used by the IFPRI to compute the global hunger index report. It have been asked in 2016. We already know there is 4 key indicators are there for global hunger index. The first one is undernourishment, second one is child stunting, third one is child mortality, and the fourth one like child. You have to write in the comment section. Okay, so here select the correct answer using the code given below. So we know that which one will be the answer. D. No, the answer is C. 1, 2, 3. So all these things are answer. So I will tell you the answer, and undernourishment, child stunting, child mortality, as well as the child waste. So this is about today's discussion. Please subscribe to our channel, as well as you can find our all materials in our Telegram channel. Please subscribe also. If anyone need the personal mentorship, please contact us. Thank you.